If you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe.
All right, Nikki, so are you ready for another round of punishing Sentinel action?
You know what? I think my Guardians are ready. They're one of my favorite teams. I've told you this many, many times. Love playing them, even back before they were tweaked a little bit.
Yeah, now they are insanely good.
Yeah.
And that's why I really wanted to try them. They're kind of squishy, which really should go in my favor, but you know, they're definitely tough. As far as tactics and things they can do.
And I'm bringing a lot more. I'm bringing 6 characters. You're bringing 5, although Nebula
4. No, I'm only
I'm
bringing
sorry, 4. And Nebula can't hold objectives, though, so there's that.
All right. So I feel like I have no choice but to play a just wipe you out type game, attrition. I'm playing Under Your Skin to make Wolverine a Sentinel. The reason I chose Wolverine was based off a storyline we were going to do, but we had to scrap for a little bit to get the game out, actually. But the stories are coming back in the future.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, so, again, my strategy here is to not focus as much on points and just blast the ever-living sin out of your evil guardian thieves from the table. So...
All right. I'm ready, Andy. I'm ready for you.
Because remember, the Sentinels are not good or evil. They just are. Obviously...
They seem pretty evil to me. Just because we did just read Days of Future Past.
Right.
I am, as of now, reading the Phoenix Saga.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which will be coming soon.
Yep.
Probably not this week, but the week after, because we want to make sure we do justice to that story.
Absolutely. It is a big story, and we don't want to mess it up.
Right. You know, and kind of going back to this, though, we haven't played the Guardians, or you haven't played them in a while.
That's why I wanted to play them. It didn't necessarily come down to a story, more that I just love playing them, and I wanted to play them again.
Right. And again, I think they are a good measure of how, you know, games could go against the Sentinels when they're going to be outnumbered significantly, 6-4. But again, all of my people are really hard-hitting people.
Ooh, first attack. All right.
First attack.
So you're coming after Drax.
Okay, for those who thought my dice were loaded last game.
Me?
Yeah. I didn't want to name names. But, yeah, I think we've just proven that those dice are not loaded.
And Drax, he does have the, to a minimum of 1 damage.
Yeah, he reduces damage.
Reduces damage.
And you just gave my poor Sentinel a vengeance token.
There's Groot. And I think I am in range. We double checked.
No, you're just out. So you're like, well, I'm just going to modify.
Okay.
Yeah, you were just out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from this angle, but we did measure it. And then I passed, I asked you to go again, since I am completely outnumbered in this game. I want to see what your old raccoon would do, the trash panda. Doing what trash pandas do, standing behind giant trees with...
Well, of course he's going to stand behind
plasma.
Groot. I mean, Rocket's smart.
And he does have a long-range weapon, unfortunately. So that was a darn good shot there, Rocket. Yeah, and that's not a good defense. Luckily, it's an energy... Well, no, not luckily for me. I blocked 1.
So you took 3 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
well, not
more.
yet. Now I took 4.
4. Ooh.
You know, I think last game...
Good job, Rocket.
Last game, you just... you didn't hit my people hard enough to realize they don't have a whole lot of stamina on the front. I mean, more than average, the people,
Well, what is their stamina?
7.
Even Prime?
No, Prime has 10.
Okay.
So you're trying to determine if you're going to... No, you don't have a wing in it token on him. It's on... if I remember correctly, it's on Star-Lord, Gamora, and Drax.
All right, so you chose to bring Wolverine.
Right.
Moving him up there.
There's no psychic people on your team. I felt that was a safe bet. And I feel like his claws are out like, surprise!
What I didn't realize when I have Groot is how I think it's Groot who has the low energy defense.
Yes, it's Groot.
And I knew Rocket did, but
he's got cover though. He's always got cover. Quotation always has cover, and that comes up later on in the game for interpretation. But
so there's Star-Lord.
Well, not actually for interpretation. We looked at the rules.
Okay, this is the one where he was just in.
Yes.
I mean, he barely made it.
Yes. Energy gun. Luckily.
So far, you've blocked it. So you blocked it.
I see your skull and take you with another skull. Yeah, there are a lot of skulls there. We would be awesome if we were playing Dormammu
Oh, yeah. Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch, yeah. In fact, I think I said that.
Oh, this is his. If he doesn't roll.
No, you're winging it.
Oh, winging it. Okay.
You're winging it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's also got that. What is it?
Plucky attitude.
Plucky attitude.
But you have to roll no hits.
Right.
No,
Which yeah.
That happens in the game a couple times. Yeah.
I don't know if it happens in this game.
It does. Yeah, we see plucky attitude later on.
I almost said sassy attitude.
Sassy. It is kind of sassy. So.
Well, that's not intimidating at all.
Not at all.
Gamora just like wet her pants.
So speaking of Guardians, are you looking forward to the holiday special coming
out? My gosh, yes. Yes, I am so looking forward to that.
I hope they add the legendary Kevin Bacon to this game.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Is he still the greatest movie star ever? Was he ever? I've always been a big.
Well, if fan. We had left Earth when we were 8 years old, that's about what we were. We would have been thinking.
All those movies, yeah, absolutely.
Star-Lord must be about the same age as us.
Yeah, I think he is.
Or at least in the movies, in the MCU.
Yeah, stop trying to figure out what you're going to do and just do it about Nebula. Yeah, unfortunately, he is on a objective, so...
You mean Nebula?
Yeah, Nebula.
I don't know what you just called her,
Gamora,
but it was like some kind of weird...
Gnorbula, something. Nebula, yeah, so Wolverine's on the objective, so Assassin kicks in.
So this is a perfect time to attack you, Andy. And what I was thinking here is I need to take Wolverine out. Like, just get him out of the game. That's not going to do it.
That's not going to do it. But you're an assassin.
I am an assassin, so there I go. Oh, at first I don't remember I'm an assassin.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good assassin roll.
There you go.
Okay, so... Yeah, this game is starting to interest you. You did a heck of a lot more damage round one than you did in the last game, so... yeah, starting interestingly. Okay, so this is the round I plan to just completely dominate you and destroy you. And I'm going to use Directive 1 to do that. Basically means you can't modify dice for defense. So
and that's pretty big.
That's a big one, yeah. So Wolverine starting out. Yeah. Wolverine starting out. He must have tripped or something. He stumbled.
Whoops.
So best at what I do, adamantium slash. So my, well, the wilds were supposed to cause double damage on that one.
It seems like that happens to me when I do that, and then I don't roll wilds.
All right, well.
I still took 2.
Yeah. All right, so here's where...
Oh, my favorite card, Lovable Misfits.
Every time you play with that card, I think this would never work in a timed tournament.
No.
Just because this takes forever.
It does, but it's so fun. And you just don't know what you're going to get, which is so Guardians.
It's very Guardians.
We talk about how the characters relate to the game and how, they've made them from the comics. And I think this is perfect because they do just kind of wing it and see how it happens.
No plan, just do it.
Yes, it reminds me of me.
So Nebula could have moved up. You opted not to move her.
Right.
Gamora. Why do you keep on messing them up? Gamora had the option to move. You didn't.
So this is Nebula, and she is attacking.
Right.
Wolverine, right?
Right.
Okay.
And I was thinking that Directive 1 stopped you from modifying attacks, but it's only defense. So that's why we hesitated there. As Olaf would say, you hesitated.
Okay, so this is Rocket.
Rocket.
And I think...
I was out of 3, so...
Yeah, any damage with for enemy characters within 3, no, there's nobody. So that did me no good.
I think we're going to have to do a consolidated chart for this card if we use it in the future.
Yeah, because we keep having to stop and look at it.
Right, it's like, is that an attack or is that a
Groot can advance short, and I do want to advance him short. So I'm like, yeah, that I will do. Thank you, card.
Again, the randomness of that, yeah.
So I know that I can, that's short, ish, and it would have gotten me there, but I wanted to be within 2 of Rocket still.
I was like, why are you measuring? Oh, I see what you're doing there.
All right, so who's next? Is it...
Drax, I believe.
Drax?
You may move up, which this was probably the best thing you could have rolled for Drax.
Yeah, because for Drax to attack, he needs to be up close. All of his attacks, I believe, are within 2.
Within 2, yeah.
I didn't quite move up short, and I'm like, is that enough? No, so I move up a little more. Andy allowed me to do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you were within range.
Yeah. So... measure, and then I guess Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
And by the way, they each have to pay a power, so you can pick and choose what you want.
Yep. I wonder what you're going to do with this attack, or with this option. Yeah. Energy gun. Yeah, that was pretty...
and he, I think, has the winging it token.
Oh yeah, he has the winging it token. I'm pretty sure you always gave him a winging it token.
I did, yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. That hurt. That was not a good option. And now
I decide I'm going to go with Drax because he can be a little bit vulnerable. I want to make sure he gets his attacks in. Plus, you have the Vengeance token, which adds 3 dice.
Holy crap, Nikki.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
5.
And I didn't block any of that. So you just jumped on a giant metal robot with a knife.
Yep.
Oh, and they're like, hey, I have no other use for this because I can't use it for defense.
Because I can't modify my defense dice, so I go ahead and use my winging it token here.
Seriously.
So 6.
You dazed him. You have dazed my
Good job,
robot.
Drax. I love Drax. I love him.
So you didn't expect this, which was great. I didn't want Groot being there to block Rocket. And Rocket is a threat.
So you pulled Groot up. I was not expecting this. I was like, what? And then you move towards Rocket, and I'm like, no, Rocket, run!
Run! And I really wanted Rocket caught. So suppression protocol. Yeah.
And Rocket says always has cover. Well, not when you can't modify dice.
Correct.
So
yeah, we looked it up
because
on
of the card Andy played. I could not have cover.
Directive 1 is the reason.
And I kept going, but it says always. It says he always has cover.
But for those of you who are curious, can't always beats always.
Right.
And that's what basically the rule forum said. That was the official MCP rule forum.
Okay, so who is this?
It's madness is what this is.
Oh, goodness.
Ow. That's all I know. Ow.
Ow.
So stop it, Gamora.
Okay, oh yeah, deadliest woman in the galaxy is awesome, and if she rolls wilds, if she can switch one of the die to a hit, she can. For every wild. I don't know if that made sense.
It did. It hurt. That's all I know. Now Cosmic Assassin, because you get a flurry off of that.
Yep, it has to be somebody different. So this is for one of your, I don't know, Pete's or Jimbo's or whatever.
No, this is Prime.
That was Steve, right? No, that was Pete.
Pete. That is Pete.
Okay.
So you just dazed Wolverine and ow again, and you hurt Prime Pete. So now Prime Pete is going to suppression protocol you.
Well, that's a good start. I am using martial prowess, so I roll 5 dice.
5 dice. Yeah. So if I can't bother to hurt you, which you would think that would be easy with this, but so you're incinerated and all that, but it doesn't. Well, it does matter with martial prowess.
It does, yeah. So I roll 4.
But I didn't manage to hurt you.
So that means you get 2 damage.
I took 2 damage from that attack.
So if I use martial prowess, Andy doesn't hurt me. He gets damaged instead.
That was just a kick between you know what.
So Nebula is attacking your
Prime, yeah, 'cause that's it.
Prime Pete, but he's not on an objective, so she can't use her assassin thing.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Nebula, to ruin your power there. Yeah, that was really frustrating. So you took out a Sentinel, you took out Wolverine, and my other two barely did any work this round. On the round where you couldn't modify defense. Yeah, that was disappointing.
And meanwhile, Gamora and Drax both have a vaccine.
Yes, they do.
And who has the third one?
The one in the middle there, the one you see.
Okay.
You just played We Are Groot, so you healed Gamora 2 damage, you healed Groot damage.
So We Are Groot, anybody within 4 of Groot can heal 2 damage. Any allied character.
Any non-dazed. Oh, Rocket stays there, can't be healed.
That was just rude, Andy.
Did you just see what happened this round? I don't think you did.
Oh, I saw it. I was there.
You were cackling wildly. You would have thought you were the Sentinels in this game. So, all I can think, though, is you've just given me a ton of power. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So I'm moving Star-Lord up there.
As you knocked over the pipe.
Yep.
That was probably combustible, just so you know that. Yeah, so Sentinel is that Steve. Jimbo is the one that's dazed. It's a good roll. Oh my goodness. What is going on right now? The Guardians are so on point.
We are on point. We're
He's probably
feeling
doing
it.
trick shots.
We've got our music playing.
That's right. They turned on the rock and roll, and it's not even the end of round 2. That was a phenomenal round for you, Nikki.
Star-Lord's doing a little dance up there.
Yes.
Kevin Bacon might show up. We don't know.
It's very possible at this point. Nikki, you might say I have a plethora of power right now.
You might.
An abundance, if you will. I've got some plasma leakage too, though. So.
Oh no.
And no cream for that, unfortunately. So we're gonna start with Sentinel Prime. I'm sorry, not Sentinel Prime. Sentinel right there, Steve. Suppression protocol. Luckily, he has no leakage yet. And this is where, stupidly, I finally realized that Groot has like a 2 for energy defense, and I should have been using that against him.
Yeah, I didn't realize that before he got attacked. I was like, oh.
So I knew you were going to defend with Groot, but I wanted you to have to pay that power. Mm-hmm. So I purposely attacked Rocket with a Plasma Blast full power, knowing you would attack him. But again, this is when it finally clicked in. You only had 2 dice. So that was stupid on my part. And now here I am Grooting me. We realized you could pick me up and throw me. I'm size 5.
Yeah.
That's very, very scary. There's no size restriction
It
on that.
doesn't say a size restriction on there, so...
We
but I
triple-checked.
dazed you,
You
so
dazed me.
I didn't have to throw you or anything anyway.
Oh my goodness, thank goodness for that. Oh, I mean, what? Yeah, I think you're trying to figure out the best option here. Going with Gamora.
All right, so I played Crew of the Milano at the beginning of the round, and I totally forgot. So we went ahead and did that.
We just get excited sometimes.
Sometimes
when we start,
do. Sometimes we do.
So Drax and Gamora were affected by that.
So you're doing Berserker Barrage.
Berserker Barrage.
Is it Gamora? I believe.
Yes.
Ooh. That's not good for me.
Yes, it's good for me though. I needed this. I needed this again. I needed to feel like my people were doing something.
You're not getting your hit, Andy.
That's pretty much it. So my Sentinels have been a little flaccid right now, and we need to make them a little bit more powerful. So
I see.
But yeah.
So I think I'm trying to figure out if it would be worth it for me to use my winging it token, and I think I'm done either way. So I go ahead and say forget it.
So I'm gonna be the best at what I am, which is best at what I do, and attack good old Nebula there. Come on, adamantium slash. So a wild counts as 2. and I pierced you. So that little defense, thank goodness your cybernetics did not roll defense. I just did 4, so yes. Neutralized that side of the table for 1 round at least.
There you go.
That felt good, I'm not gonna lie. Whew. Let me kind of stretch a little bit after that one. That was awesome.
All right, Drax. What you gonna do, Drax? Oh, he's gonna throw something at you, and is that size 3?
That is size 3.
And he has, his ability is, I think, the Destroyer.
It's the Destroyer. Now think,
oh,
my dice have decided to come back
look
alive.
at you! Look at you!
So I took a
I'm like,
damage off of that.
Fine, and then 1, 2. You've blocked 1.
But where's your spray bottle now, Karen? So yeah, Blade's not as good without vengeance token.
Well, and plus you can't bleed, because part of the thing about blades
That's true.
is
you bleed.
You bleed, and then if you attack again, you can add more dice. I can't remember how many, but
Because as Mr. Schwarzenegger reminded us, if it bleeds, you can kill it. We don't bleed. We don't bleed. So.
this is true.
And so you decided to use your winging it.
Using winging it. Yeah. You've taken 1 damage. You've taken 2 now.
Yep. Now you're doing it again.
Doing it again, which again, if you were bleeding, I could add more dice.
Yes. That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah, so, but yeah.
I like Drax.
He's good against most things.
He is good. I mean...
So now I'm using my restraint cable to bring you closer. Come closer, Star-Lord.
I hate the restraint. I hate those cables. They're just like... And you're so cocky when you play it.
Because you don't expect it, which is great. I'm a little bit angry this round, Nikki, if you hadn't figured that out. I mean, I have not been rolling well. I mean, 4 skulls right there. Again, if I was playing Dormammu or Scarlet Witch, I would be loving life right now. But, yeah, luckily... Now, you did use Plucky Attitude because you didn't get any saves. And luckily,
yeah, still
lucky for
like
me.
3? Is that how many I took?
3, yeah. So now that was a plasma leakage, by the way. And now, yes.
Ooh.
Suppression protocol.
Look at you.
I have suppressed your protocol.
You have. I feel suppressed.
Good, good, good. Deadly duo.
All right. So Rocket is going to attack Sentinel Prime.
No,
1, 2,
I mean
3,
it's
4.
Yeah, you did 3. I blocked 1.
Where did you? Oh yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. So this is on Wolverine. Yeah, not bad, not bad. And now Hadron Enforcer. That's pretty good. And Wolverine is going to get sucked closer, I think. He's going to take damage at least.
And I think I should have gone 1 more time, because my first 2 attacks were the card.
The Hadron, or the Deadly Duo.
Yeah, so I guess I just forgot.
So there is a very tall order for how I can win this game at this point, and it's, yeah, almost impossible. So Sentinel Prime has to play Overloading Power Core. That's how I get power for him now.
But it is possible.
Miracles can happen. No, it is possible still. So I'm opting to do something I just really, really wanted to do at this point, which is bring somebody back from the brink. So I move up him. I should have just kept on attacking Gamora, but I didn't. I moved him up so he's within range 3 of that Sentinel there. And now I'm going to play Online and Operational, which completely heals the Sentinel, puts him on the healthy side. If he had any tokens or anything on him, he drops them all. But now that Sentinel's completely healed, like he just started the game. I have a little bit of power left, so I'm going to blast Gamora with that power. You're playing Martial Prowess. And, I mean, we both rolled really well there.
So looks like I took 2, maybe.
Yeah.
I do have a winging it token, but I choose not to use it yet, I believe.
You took 2. Yep. My dice finally came back online, and they're operational.
So I decide that instead of attacking anyone, I'm going to move Star-Lord over there to get that point.
Hey, remember back a few games when you used to be very bloodthirsty and you weren't playing tactically? Why don't we get back to that, Nikki? No, at this point I was kind of glad. It was pretty much an uphill battle I wasn't sure I could even pull off. Not probably couldn't pull off. You know, I have to have some really good rolls. But it's still possible. It's still very possible. You know, now it's just time to make your people hurt as much as possible. I think that's the name of the game. But rolling like 2 hits is not going to do it. So.
No, you did a little better there.
Take that, Groot.
You got some.
Take that, Groot.
In fact, I don't know if he would have survived another one. You attack Rocket, and I don't use Bodyguard because I'm afraid.
Well, I thought you would, so I thought it was a win-win either way.
No,
hopefully.
I was not because Groot was holding the vaccine.
Yeah. So I took out Groot or Rocket. Yay! You should have gone after Groot though. Frankly, I think. Well, I don't know. They're both very dangerous.
Groot only has 2 energy defense.
But Rocket can really hurt. And he has a lot of power on him, or had a lot of power on him.
Yeah, but your guy was like fully healthy.
Yeah.
So
this is Gamora onto Wolverine, and that was a darn good attack. Wolverine's hurting pretty bad at this point. I should have played exceptional healing here.
well, you thought about it.
I did, yeah.
So Daughters of Thanos. I'm not sure why I didn't attack twice and then play Daughters of Thanos, but regardless,
You killed Wolverine.
there it is.
He's gone. I mean, he couldn't grab objectives anyways.
Wolverine's gone.
He's gone. He's KO'd.
And we're going to this side, and you are going to try to take out Drax.
Drax, yeah. This is kind of, I need this to work. Suppression protocol. Because plasma leakage is not that good. That's why we went with suppression protocol. And you defended very well with your blades. That is a phenomenal job, Drax. Yeah. That's game. That is game. Good game, Nikki.
Good game, Andy.
You survived this time. So I know it didn't look like it, but I had a strategy going into that game. I just wasn't able to pull it off, and I had no backup plan.
Mm-hmm. And you kind of regretted Wolverine.
I did.
He can't hold objectives on his injured side.
Again, that was done more for the story in my head, which there was supposed to be a story. Yeah,
that is fine. And also, we had talked about maybe you should have brought 2 2-pointers.
You had made that comment, and I said no. That's like,
so no, that wasn't the game you were playing. So
no, that's exactly it. I was trying to go for maximum damage.
I guess in the end, it's because you lost the last game too, although it was a lot closer.
Way closer
against the X-Men. But you had so much fun, it didn't really matter.
And that's it. That's what I was hoping. And it just when the dice just didn't turn on. Mm-hmm. Not until end of round 3 into round 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, that wasn't as much fun. That is not the best way to play the Sentinels. And, plus it's very difficult to play 4 on 6. Mm-hmm. Even if your 4 are fairly powerful. By the very nature of how this game works, if you play the scenario, you're going to have a leg up. It's definitely not impossible to beat that, but it's a leg up.
Maybe if it was like the, what is the crisis, with the 3...
The gamma or the gamma shelters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe in a game like that, it would be a lot easier it'd be easier for you to hold those objectives without having to spread out. And
I was also thinking, had I maybe put like 2 and 2, like put 2 in the middle, 2 on the right, and focus.
And just annihilate.
Annihilate. That might have been the way to do it, and maybe that's the way I should have done it.
And then I would have been forced to move one of my characters over if I wanted to.
Right.
Yeah.
So, in theory, while you were trying to maneuver one out of the way or move them into firing, but the thing is, you have one of your ranged does 4, one of your ranged does 5. That's really good.
Yes.
So, yeah. But again, I don't regret it. I just wish
the Guardians, they're pretty awesome.
They are very well balanced.
I really love them. So
yeah.
And they're just fun.
Yes, they are. I do have, we have kind of talked this over, though, after the battle. You're going to give me one last try. And this time...
Is everybody sick of this?
Hopefully not.
Are we sick of this yet?
We're going to go for 3 times as a charm here. This list is not necessarily designed to take you out, but it's designed to try to overcome the shortcomings of a Sentinel
list. So
list.
This is you actually trying to win the game without just attack. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay.
We think. We'll see what happens. I'm not gonna lie. If in the beginning of the game I start blowing things up, like I'm just doubling down on this and all in.
Going with it.
So
yeah.
But I do have a thought on how I can do well. It is gonna be 20-pointer, which obviously.
And did we talk about this? I'm gonna play Brotherhood.
You're playing the Brotherhood.
So mutants. So we're back to mutants.
Back to mutants.
Which Sentinels love.
We love to destroy them.
Maybe that's what it was. The Guardians aren't mutants, right?
That's.
So the Sentinels.
For that plant and that raccoon, but.
Are they really mutants, though?
Well, the raccoon, no, I guess they're not.
Okay.
They're biological weird experiments.
Sentinels want mutants.
That's right.
So, there.
So.
The dice knew.
Last time, for a little bit, Sentinels versus Brotherhood. We're going to do this.
You're going to try your best. You're going to kick my butt.
I'm going to try. It's not like I don't ever try, but this time I have a couple different plans going into this versus just one, which is hope I roll really well and you roll bad. So, because that obviously did not work for me in this game.
Okay.
I think we'd be remiss. We have been really overwhelmed by the response of our first Sentinel video, and then the comments and the response of our Days of Future Past video.
Yeah, it's been really nice. We've had a lot of good feedback.
A lot of great feedback.
Thank you for that. Our next lore video is going to be the Phoenix Saga. Dark Phoenix. And I just read the whole thing.
I need to go through it now, and then we need to kind of... There's a lot of things to dissect about it.
There's so much to this storyline. It's very... it's not like the last one where it's 2 issues. It's very much they build up to it. They really, really, really build a story, and it's so significant. It's so... so many things to it that we want to make sure we do it right. So we're going to take an extra week because we've been trying to do Wednesday for our lore videos. So, but
hopefully that will come soon. Yeah. And it may be 2 videos. Once we get all the content, looked over, it'll either be a very long video or we'll break it up into 2 more bite-sized. That's more to come on that one.
And I just have to say the Dark Phoenix, it's the best thing I've read yet. I love it. Yeah. I love it so much. So
not to say Days of Future Past was not great.
Oh no, I love that too, but this is just wow. Yeah. It's wow.
I mean, there's a reason why it generally is up there, if not number 1, on a lot of top stories of the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, one of our daughters was sick one day, and so I stayed home with her, and that's pretty much all I did all day. Did a few other things productive, but mostly I just read comic books all day.
So I was getting
like the best day.
Yeah, I was at work and I was getting instant messages like snicker, and it'd be like a shot from the video or the comic or whatever.
Yeah,
it was hilarious.
All day I was doing that.
It was, I loved it. That was absolutely I won the wife contest. She's awesome. I always knew that, but that was just hilarious. And
you've just brought me to your side of the.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember back in the day, you'd get like stuff in the mail. Like, and I'd be opening, what is this? What did you order now? And now I'm like, ooh, what did you order?
That's right. It's like more things. Woo! So, yeah. So that video is being worked on. Again, this next Friday, we will have the last Sentinel video for a little while. Unless you guys just want more. I'm having fun with them.
There can be only so many.
I guess,
so many before we get bored.
Yeah, so, but I'm having still a lot of fun with them. I'm hoping the next game will go a little bit better for me. But again, there's still lots of fun.
This is it. You better do your research and you better figure something out.
I think I've got a cunning plan.
Okay.
We'll see if it works.
Okay.
So, but other than that, again, thank you all for the responses. That last video, the last Sentinel versus X-Men, was our fastest viewed video of all time. That was awesome to watch. I mean, really awesome. It really encourages us to do more, to be better. So we thank you all for that. And until next time, we will see you soon on the battlefield.